Hand claps to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back and we finally made it to the very first out of 2 reactions I'll be dropping on this here YouTube platform. Welcome to another one, brothers and sisters, on this here Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up all yourself, brothers and sisters. Every single one of you guys who've tuned into these here vibrations. And brothers and sisters, before I get to the vibrations, don't forget to click the like button. I would appreciate that right there. And subscribe and turn on that post notification if you have not done so. Subscribe, brothers and sisters, so you'll be notified when I drop my videos right there. And also, a very important point. Please, by goodness gracious, please listen to the full video. A number of you guys making some interesting comments, and I'm realizing that you guys did not listen to the full video. You did not listen to the full video, of which certain things I've actually answered, and you're still asking the question in the comment box below. I appreciate the comments, no doubt about it, but please, my goodness gracious, listen to the full video right there, okay? I suspect I'll have to remind you guys from the very beginning that you need to listen to the full video to get the gist. Because when I'm doing my videos, guys, I try to look at all different angles to see if it makes sense. That's the whole point of a reaction, brothers and sisters, to see if it makes sense. And then ask you guys for your input as well. But some of you guys giving your input on things that I literally stated, you know, and you're asking, come on, folks, listen to the full video so you can get the full gist of it right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, there's something very interesting viewing in the nature of the Caribbean, or the world by extension, but I think I must point it out yet again, brothers and sisters. So let us get into the vibrations for today. Of course, we have a dilemma. We have a dilemma of a certain individual, of course, on Facebook. He indicated that sentiment there, right there, and that individual, we'll call him John. We'll call him John, brothers and sisters, and of course, he has made some claims, to which I think is pretty much driving concern where the world and where men are concerned. And of course, as you can see right there, brothers and sisters, there is this statement or this story that has been given. And of course, we're going to go for it right there. This, of course, is a photocopy. We'll get through this thing in a moment, brothers and sisters. But of course, he's indicating there's a photocopy of an original DNA test result. Original was kept at the Roseau Magistrate Court. Guys, he's indicating, guys, men out there, be very careful of this dangerous, conniving, desperate, gold-digging young ladies out there. You know, sometimes the economy can, you know, do certain things to certain sect of individuals and therefore are adapting. And when they adapt, brothers and sisters, certain sect or the other sect of the population is seemingly seems to be the one to pay the price. So he's saying, be careful out there of these dangerous, conniving, desperate, gold-digging young ladies. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you, gold digging young ladies, oh my goodness. There's so much things that I want to say on that part right there. But in an economy that is hard, why are you gold digging? Shouldn't you just be collaborating together to work with somebody? Find a young man somewhere, you know, you ladies find a young man somewhere, try to build something. No! Social media has bamboozled and fooled a lot of you out there with the indication that maybe you are worth a millionaire. No, you don't. You're not worth that at all, brothers and sisters. You only are worth that of which you have worked for. Brothers and sisters, that of the Creator has blessed you, and that of which you have worked for. Keep in mind, stop your dirty ways. Alright then, brothers and sisters, let's continue in that regard. So this young lady, we'll call her V. Henderson, has been claiming that her 10-year-old son, we'll call him A. Henderson, is indeed my son. That is John person speaking right there. And even went as far as taking me to court like 10 years ago. My goodness gracious, that is something else. The most contradictory part of the entire situation is that she and I never engulfed in the Hurricane Mamba. Never involved in playing naked twister. Well, they didn't say all this, but you get the point right there. Never had anything intimate. And as a matter of fact, we've never had the horizontal mamba, brothers and sisters. Never had the viscous innards swollen by. You get the point, brothers and sisters. Anyway, so this woman is apparently trying to claim that this man is her son's father. But they never even were intimate. I don't know if she thinks she's the Virgin Mary or want to make the man God himself. When God said he will come over Mary, pass over Mary, I think maybe that's what she thought in her mind. Anyways, let's continue with the story right there. I believe she didn't understand how the court system operates. Interesting. Why is that? And thought that the court would have would have just ordered me to pay child maintenance fees, but she got the shock of her life when I asked the magistrate for us to conduct a DNA test a few years ago. That shows the mind frame that this woman has. She thinks maybe Dominica doesn't have DNA test at all. Dominica doesn't have it, so she make a claim in the court and said, Your Honor, this man is the one that impregnated me, even though he's saying, but wait a while, how could I do such a thing when I never even played the inverted comma with you? Never intimate indeed, but she wants to make a claim. And apparently she thought Dominica so backwards that she could then just call him and say, that is him, and then the court will just make him pay child support. Anyways, the shock of her life was when he asked the magistrate to conduct a DNA test a few years ago. I went waiting at the Lafayette's individual lab to do such a test on 3 separate occasions, of which she never showed up at all. You claiming this baby is mine? You claim you want me to pay child support, but you don't want to, further cement that your claim is actually factual and true. She doesn't want to do such a thing, brothers and sisters. On 3 separate occasions, he went to do this test and she never showed up. The matter kept dragging. The matter kept dragging. You mean to tell me you asked for paternity test, DNA test, whatever you want to call it. She never showed up, and the matter still dragging onwards because she didn't show up. Hopefully it's she that pay for it. Hopefully it's not you that pay for it, brothers and sisters. I notice the government likes to do this as well. They like to, when you have a matter against them, like to drag it and then they put in the bill on you. I remember one point in time there was a certain situation, and that certain individual said, not today. They are the one dragging it, therefore they should be the one to pay. And then the certain situation put the expense on the government. That's all I have to say in that regard right there. Anyways, where was I? Alright, the situation, blah blah blah, showed up, never showed up. The matter kept dragging for years due to her lack and incompetence until one day in 20. So since when? My goodness gracious. Since when was this? They haven't given the time. 10 years ago, 10 years ago, this thing was recent. So 10 years ago, that would mean since 2014. My goodness gracious. Anyways, the matter kept dragging for years due to her lack and incompetence until one day in 2019 I went to court for this same matter. Same matter, not a different one, brothers and sisters. And the police officer told me that she came in and withdrew. So she kept dragging the matter over and over for 10 years. Interesting. And then she withdrew it, brothers and sisters, because she knew she had dirty ways. Her dirty ways resided in her dirty heart. Her dirty self. She need to go and take a dip in the river Niles of Jordan. Tell us stop her dirty ways. Of course, the police officer, where was I? I received, okay, blah, blah, blah. Came in and withdrew, said that she withdrew the matter, so I'm no longer required to attend court. So you mean to tell me some woman does decide, hey, you the child father, you ask for DNA test, she keep dragging it, bringing you to court. No, man. There should be some counter thing for that. Because she's wasting your time in that regard right there. And then she finally withdrew it. There should be some compensation of sorts to prevent these things from happening further in the future. Anyways, she withdrew the matter, so he's no longer required to attend the court. Anyways, he received a call 2 months ago from police officer telling me he has summons. Oh my goodness. So he's back on court again. Summons for me to attend court. So I'm telling the officer that this doesn't make any sense because, well, as I read in this day, I'm just thinking of the system in Dominica. The system in Dominica, something is wrong with it. Now we've seen it clearly here amongst the officers. Just like, brothers and sisters, tune in for the next reaction. There's something that came to my attention. Alright. Tune in for the next matter where the police kidnapped the man and sent him overseas without his lawyers with knowledge. Most likely contacted the lawyer and he said, none of this happened. That was not true. Interesting. Tune in, brothers and sisters. Tune in a bit later on. We have some things to uncover. Anyways, so he got a summons. And he checking that doesn't make sense. And he sends because I have absolute zero court matters. Upon reading the summons, I'm seeing that she reopened the matter. So she just want to get some money from you. Lord have mercy. She reopened the matter 2 months ago. Well, I won't have money. It's not money she want for the little one. How you have all that money to reopen matter 2 months ago? We went to court and the magistrate ordered me to do a DNA paternity test. That should have been done, that of which she was skipping so much time. DNA paternity test, and this time she couldn't run nor hide from it because this time a police officer escorted us to the Lafayette's lab. You mean to tell them how to read that situation right there? Anyways, DNA samples were taken from her son, and from me, which was sent to Jamaica for professional. Well, apparently you don't have DNA tests in Dominica. They have to take it in Lafayette and send it somewhere else, and then you get the results in that regard right there. But it was sent to Jamaica for professional high-tech testing analysis. We went to court today, and the results showed and proved that he is not the father of the Miss V. Henderson's son, A. Henderson, period. Okay, we're going to check that document right there. That person posted it up. And we have it there, brothers and sisters. Yes, indeed. Of the very V. Henderson, mother, A. Henderson, the son, and alleged father, Mr. John. All right, then, guys. Let me zoom in a bit closer so you guys can see. Now, when I saw this for the first time, I was kind of confused what I was reading, brothers and sisters. But you know, my common sense and logic always takes the best of me. So while I was looking at the numbers and realizing, wait a while, maybe it's, well, I'm just giving my speculation, but there are numbers there, brothers and sisters. And based on the numbers, I'm saying maybe it's a chromosome of the mother and the father in the mother. Then you have the chromosomes of the mother and the father in the baby. And then you have the chromosomes of the mother and the father in the father. Okay, so they're parents. All right, so that's the only logical thing when I thought of this right there. So apparently in the mother we have 15, 16. To prove that the son is indeed related to the mother, there must be one of these numbers within the son. True or false? Yes, there is. Indeed. So we have 15, 16 from the mother. The son has 16, therefore it is related to the mother right there. We have 15, 17. In the first sector of the locus, whatever, brothers and sisters. And of course the father has 15, 17. The son has 16. So that rules out the father right there. In the next one you have 15, 16. The son has 15, 16. And the father has 16. Interesting stuff. So paternity index 2. Is it the case, brothers and sisters? And the next one, this one is 11, 12. The next one that indicates that there's a 12 and 13 there. Therefore, a 13 should be from the father. We have 11, 13 there. Interesting. So there's a possibility. 2 out of 3, brothers and sisters. Interesting stuff. But of course, they should always know when it comes down to 15, 16. This one pretty much relinquishes it already, because you should, if it's 15, 16, then it should either be 15. There should be either 15, 17 or 16, 17 there. None of that is there. Anyways, let's continue. Anyways, the mother 7, 9. Therefore, 7 is with part of the mother. 10. Interesting stuff. For the alleged father, there's no 10 there. Therefore, that is somebody else's own. He has 9, 11. Dear brothers and sisters, so that indicates that that child is related to the mother, not the father. Anyways, the next one, 8, 8, 10, 8, 9. Oh, interesting. 8, 10. The father has 8, 10. As a result of this one, that child cannot be related to the father right there. Even though they have 8, they have 10. You have to keep that in mind right there. If this was his own, it would have 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. All right. Mother is 14. Alleged father is 14. But the son is not 14, brothers and sisters. The son has 13, 14. Where did the 13 come from? Not for the father. Must be from somebody else. Then in the next one, you have 28, 31. 28 is written there. So it shows you that that is actually her son. Then the next one will be 31, brothers and sisters. We have 29, 31. There's no 29 or 31 there. That is somebody else's. Interesting stuff right there. 13.5. There's 13.2 and 15. 15 is there. Notice, brothers and sisters, you'll always find a number within the son, showing that the mother is indeed the mother of the son. Anyways, so 13 to 15, they both have 13 to 13 to, but he has 22. Where did the 12 come from? From somebody else. Yes, somebody else, brothers and sisters. Very interesting stuff. So 8, 12, there's 12 there. You will see a 9 there. It should also come from him. There's 8 there, brothers and sisters. Therefore, he cannot be the father. 11, 14, 11, 14. You see what I was saying earlier? One, brothers and sisters, if they have the same number, then therefore the son should have the same number too. There we've seen it, but we're seeing it different in other places right there. Therefore, there's somebody else involved. The next one, 11, 13, 11, 15, 2, 13, 14. Where did 15, 2 come out? Not from the father, it didn't come from the mother. Where did it come out, brothers and sisters? Next one, you have 7, 8. We have 6, 8. And we have 7, brothers and sisters. My mother has 7 and 8. But the father doesn't have 6, so that cannot be his own. And you get the point, brothers and sisters. You have to continue the whole time. You get the point. You can review it for yourself, right, and see that something is wrong. The mother is very, very, very wrong. Anyways, the conclusion here is showing a 0% paternity. Therefore, Mr. John is not the father of Miss V. Henderson's son, A. Henderson. She's smart to not give him the John last name too, because she knows. She knows. She needs to go and find out who that baby daddy is, who that the baby daddy is for the baby, so she can give the right child his father. The reason why I'm bringing this up, brothers and sisters, it seems like there's some rather interesting stuff taking place when it comes down to the nature and the Caribbean, brothers and sisters. When I did the research, back in the day, it was about 4 to 7% of fathers who went to do paternity tests in the United States. I think it's 3. If I could be mistaken, but less than 7%, brothers and sisters, back in the day, of all fathers who went to do paternity tests for whatever reason, whether to see if they could give some blood or whatever the case might be in that regard, or certain illness or whatever. All right. Today, well, 3 years ago when I did that research, or 4 years ago, whichever it is, that rose from 3, 4, or 7% to 33% in the United States. You know what it is in Jamaica? Jamaica, it is so bad in Jamaica, brothers and sisters. They have started to do paternity tests at birth, and I think that should be done. Because I think a number of women are giving fellas children that are not their own. Look, the man wasn't even involved intimately with the woman, but she wants, maybe he has a lot of money in that regard. He's doing well in the nature of the Caribbean, or he's surviving better than she is. And knowing that the negress that she probably go on, is negress now? The Negro that she go and mess with was worthless. You know, worthless. He had nothing. He just worthless. So maybe she decided, oh, Mr. Better, let me see if I can give him. That's why, fellas, you have to be very careful when women decide, hey, let me sleep with you now. Baby, I love you. Be careful, fellas. Because some of them just want to see what they can get from you. And some of them willfully just trying to give you a child so that you can take care of them through that child. Be mindful, fellas. Don't just go. Look at massive. The better thing to do, brothers and sisters, is make sure marriage and what have you, brothers and sisters. That's the best option you can have. There was a song, I think, from Yaxter, and he was talking about child support. When he want to go and have his intimate stuff, he has his wife there. It's better to do that than to be going after side chick and then have to pay child support and this kind of things there, brothers and sisters. It's mindful. You should be mindful, fellas. Jamaica is now 70%, 70 to 80% of all paternity tests done by fathers to find out if the sibling is theirs. Turned out to not be their own. So 70 to 80% of fathers in Jamaica who have gone to do paternity tests found out that they are not the father of the child the mother gave them. The question I must ask, brothers and sisters, based off this thing, how many fellas, how many people, how many men in Dominica are carrying or have the sentiment that they are taking care of children that are actually not their own? The mothers will know. There is no way for the father to know unless there is a paternity test done. It is very clear right there. Very clear, brothers and sisters, that what we are seeing, the father, the alleged father, is not who the mother claimed the son's father to be. She brought him back to court. She stopped the case. She bring it back again. 2 months ago, they make sure they bring them Lavalaire's. 10 years we the woman have that going, trying to see if she can get a little money from the man that making a little ends meet here and there. Really? Fellas, I would urge you, if a woman want to claim that is your child, do paternity test for me, please. Now, I know some women, I was having a number of discussion when they were doing that in States due to the high rising of that sentiment right there in the United States, and women were like, if you don't trust me, what? It's not about trusting you, it's about finding out if that is mine. You would know, but I would not know. Therefore, I need to know. I don't care if you believe I trust you or don't trust you. I want to know. Positive of a song. I want to know. Does it only rain in the ghetto? Brothers and sisters, I wonder if it's raining in Dominica. Fellas, if you feel that that child is not yours, I think you should go and do a paternity test, okay, to find out if that one is yours right there. Well, thank God she couldn't escape. They brought her in to Lavalaire's, they do the test and everything, and they found out that he was not the father. If that be the case, he might just accept. Some fellas just accept kids that not theirs, because they trust, brothers and sisters. Nothing wrong with trusting, you know. But let's be reasonable about it, brothers and sisters. She would know, you would not know. She would, if she has not done anything out of the ordinary and knows that this is yours, why should she resist? People only tend to resist when they know that they are in the wrong, you know that? Or they feel like they have something to hide. And when if I ever have a child somewhere and, come and tell me, that is my child, all right. No problem. I will hug the child, embrace the child a little kiss. Okay, little one. All right. Hold her foot still. Oh, yes. Let us go and do paternity tests. That's what I would do. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts on this whole regard? Right there. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. But fellas, be mindful. Be mindful, my goodness gracious. I don't care how faithful the woman might be or whatever. If you have an inclination, if she has done nothing of things she shouldn't, want to be like, oh, I know you don't trust me. Nonsense. It's not about emotions. It's about actually finding out, the compatibility factors. There's a number of zeros there. Zeros. But it still shows that he has a level of, he could be related to her in some sort. I see the 15 there. There's 11 there, 7, 9. There's a 9 there. There's some sort of relatability factor to that woman. So you might want to be careful, right? The 8, 8, 14, 14. There's a number of, interest 13, 2, 13, 2. That girl might be related to you. I'm just saying. 8, 8. 11, 11, 11, 14, 11, 14. I mean, there's a lot of things. 11, 13, 13, 7, 7, 18, 18, 22, 18, 20. That girl, boy, that girl might be related to you. So, 10, 10, 12, 13, 13. He has more in common with the woman than the child. It's interesting to see. 12, 12, 10, 11, 10, 15, 16, 15, 11, 13, 11, 18, 20, 18, 20, 20, 23, 20, 11, 13. My brother, I think the girl, the woman, is your cousin, eh? Mamzelle, she has. I don't know how it works, but if they show incompatibility factor to find out if the boy is related to the alleged father, and you see in certain numbers there that is in correlation to the mother, he has more in common with the mother than the very son. So that might be your cousin. Be careful. I'm just saying, guys, the individuals who understand the DNA better than me, let me know in the comment box below in that regard. Anyways, guys, tune in for the next one. I'll be doing a bit later on today. And of course, tune in to BrBpTV around 8 o'clock, brothers and sisters. We have to go over the meeting, the People's Parliament meeting. Of course, they said there's a number of things that was said that was, needed to be heard, brothers and sisters. If you did not hear it, okay, come along on the BrBpTV around 8 o'clock tonight. I would appreciate you guys being there. Right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, click the thumbs up button, subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Remember, guys, be real, salute the king, be positive.